Music is gorgeous.
Mm.
Are you loaded in already?
Yeah, no, I'm loaded. I'm loading.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank
Now
you
loaded in.
for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Eorzea manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yasolani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
I love the crackling of the fire that we can hear.
The cinematography in this game has gotten better, or is just top tier.
Greetings, everyone.
Graha? I know that voice from anywhere. Oh, this music's so beautiful.
I'm so excited.
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest.
Oh, I didn't say Ushtola.
But the circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the Annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Wuglamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
Love her.
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Tural. A letter from the Dawn servant addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold.
Oh yeah, this letter, right?
Indeed.
And the music.
The strange thing is, there was
Love
mention
it.
neither Tural nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Galul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep Cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with?
Cenote. I called it Cenote.
I try not to call it.
Was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
It led to another reflection.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see.
Sounds like a Hagrid, I'm so sorry.
Together with Gareth.
I was just thinking that.
And what I saw that day,
You made my heart stop.
Come on, Harry. It's music.
This black stone is remarkable.
Not this guy having my hair cut.
If the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
Spoilers for me for about 3 seconds then.
1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
Oh, the other head talking this time.
Still awake. That was years and years ago, yeah.
It harbors high concentrations of ether.
Galoof doesn't look like I thought he would.
To be arcane patterns.
I was thinking more Gandalf.
He looks like me.
Or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then.
Seven hells! What did you do?
Nothing.
The young first kitten ram.
an earthquake?
All of the heads losing their shits.
None of this has ever happened before.
Oh.
Void gate? Nay, this is different.
More like a light gate.
I'll give my thoughts in a minute.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm sorry, but she's really cute. A cute hairstyle.
Is that?
I don't know.
What if that's Kryle? The baby. I don't know, I'm just...
Oh, there's another. Oh, the parents clearly dropping off this kid. Maybe she's walking slowly because she's obviously about to give her baby away. Do you know what? It could be Kryle, you know.
That would look like Krile'S mom.
Oh my god, this is... How are they going to show us a Lala baby face?
Now hold on.
Aww.
Why would you?
Oh my god, they actually do show us a Lala baby face. Oh wait, was it a Moogle?
Now what's this?
What is this?
What
What is that?
Who are you?
What is it, V?
I don't know yet. Spoilers.
Am I ahead of you?
What the...
Okay.
This is heartbreaking.
Yeah. Oh. I think you might be on smart. I think that could be Kryle, you know. Lala. Kryle was just telling the story of, oh, this isn't the first time it's happened, blah, 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 blah. But then where did they come from?
Now they're telling me.
To study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn
Oh, okay.
something of value.
I'll shut up. We'll talk
All
after.
we could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach.
Oh, the music.
Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact either.
I was thinking the same thing. So good.
As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important. So Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Charlian and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
Kryle.
Yeah.
She's from Charlian. Holy. Alice.
Hearing inside the letter to my grandfather.
She's from the Golden City.
My swaddling
Holy.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
She's an alien.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself.
She knew.
Looking back, grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
We'll talk after.
The
Yeah.
forces that assailed Tuliyola. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers looked like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Zeralja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, A bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, from my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit? You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Eorzea somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical army.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections, but what of my home? What's become of it?
Oh, yeah.
Asking the right question. Nobody knows. I'd be pissed.
We're gonna find out. I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna go with the second one. I can't not say that. I missed them.
It's too superhero-y. This sounds like a jump 4. No, I'm going for
I'm gonna cringe out.
You cringe out. You wanna see both reactions? Go to both streams, guys. Or both videos.
I wish I could hear myself speak, but whatever.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare
I've
us.
inspired them.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
For one last time, right?
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Eorzea and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuliolol.
And he also can't fight, so...
Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our
What are you investigating, Stella?
One ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here.
Kral, you've got to be coming with us. Ah.
The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared.
Yeah, he's a healer, so he has to stay.
I wish to go to the dome.
Somehow you're ahead of me.
As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world.
We'll talk after.
But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the Dome crew.
Yes.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
I'm still intrigued. I can't believe you called it straight off the bat with that being Krile'S baby. But the more and more I was leaning towards it, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Krile'S was like, oh, because this isn't the first time it's happened. But it sounds like she knew that, which is quite...
At first, I thought that she didn't know, but then as she said, I'm still processing it. I think that she's only learned the last pieces of the story as we did from Caterham as well. And I think she's just really good at keeping her shit together. And she's just like, I'm still processing it. It's like, Krile'S, you sweet, sweet child. No one's expecting you to process it in 2 seconds. She's like, oh yeah, I've just heard it, but I'm still processing it. I think she's just being too nice about it, to be honest.
Or somehow she gathered this information and found out all this truth information when she found this earring. So like end of Endwalker going into this in this expansion. So maybe it's still quite recent news, but maybe she didn't find out there and then, because I think she would have acted quite shocked. But yeah, I'm actually kind of really happy because we saw Krile'S parents, right? Which is not often you see many people's parents. You don't see Ishtola's parents. You don't see much of Thancred's parents. Like, so you don't really see these. So I don't know. It feels, I don't know.
To me, it feels like promise delivered, because what I was kind of disappointed about, I guess, and I admit to being I guess too rash and impatient when it comes to concluding this. I felt like I was promised the story of Krile'S in this expansion, because they did say that Krile'S is going to take a little bit of a centerpiece and that we're going to have her be much more important. I walked into Dawntrail and I saw Wuklamat instead, and I was like, maybe I misunderstood, maybe this is something that was scrapped along the way, maybe this was the plan but no longer is, or whatever. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting for these news on Krile'S, and nothing was happening, and I didn't give the game enough credit, and I'm sorry. Here's me apologizing for for essentially being too impatient, because this is what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, you felt like you were maybe judging the book by its cover, maybe, or judging the book by presumably the cover that you thought. I also really love that this expansion is keeping me on my toes and keeping me now, certainly most recently, if not before, intrigued. I feel like it didn't catch much of my intrigue before, but it really is now, because now I'm getting curious about Krile'S parents. Like, what happened to them? Are they alive? Are they dead? What does that world, because they came from another world, like, what does that world look like? Do we get to go there? Is it a raid, or is it a? Well, it's not a raid because I know what the raid is. But is it is it a 24? Is it a 8-man raid? Is it a what is it? A dungeon?
Or could be something, or it could be a new zone. Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah, or a duty. It could also be just a duty as well. So, but ready to continue in already?